the Exhausted Moms podcast. I'm Kayla,
And I'm Kendall.
and we are two childhood best friends who are just exhausted moms.
Absolutely.
And we wanted to apologize for not having an episode last week. It was pretty crazy with Mother's Day weekend and lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, we tried. We planned on it, but by the time we had a quiet moment, mainly me, to try to record, it was like 11 o'clock at night and we were both like dead. So sorry about that. But we hope everyone had a great Mother's Day and a great weekend and enjoyed some nice weather.
Yes, yes, definitely. And we have a lot to talk about this week.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to start off. So my baby, who just turned 1, he took his first steps, and I have been seeing his personality develop, and it's the cutest thing. He is so determined to keep practicing walking on his own, just by himself, just trying so hard over and over and over again. And I'm like, this kid is so determined. I'm very impressed by it.
Right. He is adorable, first of all, and
Thank
he's
you.
going to be walking in no time because he is ready.
Well,
He's
he
so ready.
takes now it's like probably 3 steps at a time, and he gets so happy. His face, he's
Aw.
smiling because every time we're cheering, yay! And he now does it, he'll stop and start clapping
He
and
cheered for
smiling.
himself.
It's
I
the
love
cutest
that.
thing. Oh my gosh. No, I just love seeing their personalities come and develop. Like, my daughter has always had, I mean, this girl from day one has had an interesting personality.
Hmm.
So I don't know, he's so sweet, but very adventurous. Wild.
Yeah.
He's my wild child. But I just love, you could see like the wheels turning in his head kind of thing, where he's like very determined to walk. And I'm
He's
just
gonna get it.
impressed.
Yeah. I've been noticing a lot of little things with my youngest, who is only a little older than yours lately too, with just like the personality coming out. Like he's always been like a happy, silly baby, but he has started to become like the little class clown of our house. Like he's
Ah.
always trying to make people laugh and like he's starting to talk more. Today, he sneezed and then he immediately said bless you to himself. And I was
Aww.
like, okay, well you took care of that. And then I was like watching him play with this toy that my mom had got him where you have to put like the little plastic balls on the top of this thing and then you hit them and they go down a little ramp and come out this hole on the end. And like I watched him pick them up, put one on a time or one on at a time on each row and then hit them all one by one. And I'm like, look at you, like figuring this stuff out like a little puzzle. Like he's just
Aww.
getting so big and smart and like
He's so big. I can't believe
it's
that.
crazy. And he's just talking so much more now. Like he always asks where Kyle is because like Kyle goes to work earlier than he gets up. So he'll wake up and he'll be like, Daddy? Daddy? Or like when
Aww.
we were at my older son's baseball game, he's looking at the field and he's like pointing to the different kids and asking me if it's his brother because they all have the same uniform on. So he was saying like his brother's name, like I'm not gonna say it obviously for privacy reasons, but he was like brother, 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 and I was like, no, that's not him. And then I like point to the one that is, and he's clapping for him, and he cheers at the
Aww.
baseball games, like. But it's just like they're starting to become like little people at this age, like,
Yeah,
and it's crazy.
it's so cute. And I forgot how cute this age was because,
Hmm.
I'm in three-nager.
Oh,
Oh, I don't even want to. But I just look at him and I'm like, you are just so cute. I can't.
I can't. No, I was saying I can't wait to see them finally play together in person when you
Yeah,
come up to visit. It's gonna be so cute.
I know. And hopefully my son actually plays with him, not just like crawls away.
Well, my nephew, who's the same age as your
Yeah.
son, obviously, like he will crawl around and like when we were at my mom's for Easter, I think it was on Easter. It was either Easter or somebody's birthday. And my son was walking and my nephew was like crawling after him and they thought it was the
Oh,
funniest thing playing this like chase game.
yeah.
So I'm sure that if yours is crawling, mine will just wobble after him or he'll get down and crawl with him. We just gotta watch out for the bossy big sisters because they're gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
all up commanding the attention, but that's okay.
I feel like those two, again, we have said this before. It's probably a good thing we don't live close because
They'd be dangerous.
those two together would be, oh no, I don't even know.
Yeah,
Oh my
who knows?
gosh. I just can't sometimes.
Two little powerhouses trying to
Oh
rule the
yeah.
world.
Well, speaking
Make
of,
our moo-moos.
yeah. Well, speaking of being up there, when we visit, it'll actually be Peter and my 10th anniversary of us being together.
Aw.
So here's my thing. Once you get married, everyone's like, oh, you don't celebrate your dating anniversary anymore. But I feel like it's still so special that it's 10 years that we've been together. I mean, in July, it'll be 5 years that we're married. So, I mean, we still have
Big
that.
year. Yeah.
But I'm like, I want to celebrate something, especially we're going to be where we met and all of
Yeah.
that. So I don't know. For me, I'm just such a sentimental person.
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. We've never been big anniversary like celebrators. Like we
Yeah.
don't make a big thing out of it. Like we'll try to go to dinner or
Yeah,
something or
that's
we'll
what we do. Yeah.
acknowledge it. Like we're not buying like
No,
extravagant gifts or
no.
anything. But we still will like acknowledge our dating anniversary because
Yeah.
it's obviously it was an important date. Like we're coming up on 15 years this January,
Jeez.
which is crazy. It's almost to the point. I think next year will be we'll have been together as long as we haven't been together, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like we're only like 2 years away from being with each other longer than we didn't know each other, which is so crazy to me.
That's so
But
crazy.
yeah, no, I think people get so weird about it and they're like, "Ugh, that one doesn't matter anymore." And I'm like, it still
Yes.
matters. My sister's doing the smart thing. She's getting married on her dating anniversary.
Ah, I wanted to do
So
that.
it's all gonna be, I didn't because of a wedding in the middle of the winter, but you have a
Yeah.
nicer date where that could have worked out.
Well, the problem is like Memorial Day weekend
Yeah.
and close to his sister's birthday
Mhm.
and stuff like that. I mean, our wedding didn't pan out the way we wanted anyway, so
Yeah, that's okay.
we're planning on so it'll be 5 years that we've been married in July this year, and then we're planning on having a 10-year renewal.
That'll be cute.
Yeah, so we'll actually have the wedding we never had. Honestly,
Right.
I've heard though, people say the most successful marriages are ones where you had something small or eloped, stuff like that. So
Mhm.
I think I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah. No, mine wasn't any big fancy wedding. We rented a hall and we had a pizza party and it was very low key.
Yeah,
But it was fun.
I I had COVID wedding.
Yeah, I know.
We, so people that don't know this, we got married in 2019, but we weren't telling anybody that we were legitly married and having a wedding in 2020. Well, kind of had to tell people that we were married when we had to cancel our wedding. So that was a fun conversation to have with people. I mean, obviously our parents were here, so they knew, and like our
Right, like
siblings knew.
surprise.
But
Yeah,
yeah, that was a fun conversation to have with cousins and aunts and oh hey. They're all
by
nice
the
about
way,
it.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable. And plus, I think because you didn't get your wedding the way you wanted to anyway, like, they understood it more. Like, what do they expect you to do? Just wait forever or something? I don't know. Wait for them to be there. It's not about them, it's about you.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm glad we got married when we did.
Yeah.
We never, who knows how long that would have taken. Oh,
True.
man. I don't know if you've been keeping up though. The entertainment news has been ridiculous this week.
Wild. I'm not usually like a big entertainment news person, but like even I haven't been able to get away from it.
Constant things are
Yeah.
popping up here and there. And I want to start off with the hottest topic right now, the one that has me
Mhm.
heated.
Yes.
Oh, the Harrison Butker, Kansas City Chiefs kicker graduation speech that he did at a Catholic college, pretty much saying that your biggest, um, sorry, it's like loading, I'm trying to get that, but your biggest accomplishment as a woman is when you're a wife and a mother, and your life pretty much doesn't mean anything until that point.
Which is so ridiculous.
I'm trying to get.
It's- And to say it to a class of graduates who just went there for a career, and you're telling them, oh, it doesn't matter. Like, you're not going to matter or be important unless you do what you're supposed to do and be a good little girl and get in the kitchen and pop some
Oh,
babies out.
it had me
Disgusting.
heated. I was,
Yeah.
I've been seeing so many women. I'm trying to get like the exact words so that um we could talk about it. Okay, here we go. So he said, "You should be proud of all that you've achieved at this point in your young lives. I wanted to speak to you directly," and he's speaking to women,
Hmm.
because it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now about to cross this stage and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are about to get in your career? Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that majority of you are most excited about your marriage and children you will bring into this world." And then he talks about his wife, and he says she would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her life as a wife and a mother. And he's saying, oh my gosh, just pretty much your life doesn't start unless you're a mom and a wife.
Which
Eh,
is wild because you don't have to be either of those things.
No. And you know what? If I was sitting at my college graduation that I spent a lot of time working hard to get my degree, which I did, so did you, and I heard this speech, I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have walked out or had an assault charge.
Yeah, it was vile, honestly. Like, and to have the nerve to say something like that and think it's okay. Like, obviously, you've gotten hit in the head a few too many times in your football games.
He's a kicker.
Well, somebody needs to kick him because he.
Okay, but this man is saying that he has like such a great career and stuff. Like, granted, yes, he's on an NFL team and they have won a few Super Bowls lately. Great. Okay. I'll give him that. But his job, he is not on the field the whole time. He's barely on the field. I like I have seen women posting pictures of like soccer players and be like, "Guess what? I could do that too." And like I have just seen lots and
Right?
lots of women fuming because I am a wife, I am a mother, right? But that's not the only thing that defines my life.
Exactly. And that's not your only goal in life. And the thing that's funny too is that well, not funny. My whole work group was talking about this today, actually, and one of my coworkers said that this dude's mom is like a renowned
She
physicist.
is. Yeah,
Like
and
she is a successful career woman.
yes.
And so like how are you going to tell all these women like that didn't matter? Like what it was he mad that his mom was at home baking him cookies all the time instead of working and providing for him? Like
Right. And granted, if you want to just be a stay-at-home mom, things like that, like that's great. I'm right now a stay-at-home mom, but I'm working on building a business because I that's just me personally.
Mhm.
Everyone has their own paths. Who is he to tell women as a whole all we are good for is having babies and making him a steak?
Right. Especially at something at a day that's so important to these women, to everyone
Right.
there, but these women who are about to start their career journey and you're just shutting it down from the start.
Right. That
Like,
speech is supposed to give some uplifting. You did this.
mhm.
This is part of your life. Now you get to do your next journey. Like very uplifting things. Whereas
Yeah.
this man just said, well, the best years of your life are behind you. Like, what?
And at this point, right, the NFL and the Chiefs haven't said anything
The
about it,
NFL
right?
has. So the NFL said that his words do not reflect who they are as an organization. And the
Hmm.
funny thing is the nuns at the school he did this speech
Yeah.
at also made a statement saying that women are more than just moms and we don't. And I'm like,
Yeah.
do you not read this stuff?
Yeah, like who gave him the clear to go out there? Like they probably just were like, "Oh yeah, big football player, man.
Well, he's
He'll get us
friends with
some
the
attention."
dean
Of course he is.
or whatever. Yeah, I think the dean. So he's friends with him. And the funny thing is okay, I'm Catholic. Like I don't care. Like growing up I was Catholic.
Hmm.
I don't really I'm not super religious anymore, whatever. But the funny thing for me is like I've never heard it be this outright. I don't know. Usually I feel like it's more like the evangelical Christians, whatever,
Yeah.
whoever. I'm just like, okay, this is new.
Yeah. Well, did you hear the conspiracy theory about it?
No,
So,
and usually I do.
my supervisor actually told me this today. So, she said that the reason she saw this on TikTok that the reason that the Chiefs haven't said anything is because they've lost a bunch of their conservative fans because of Taylor and Travis and them being very liberal and like left wing. So they gave him the okay to make these stupid comments to get back that group of people that agree with those comments to root for their team again.
I don't think
I feel like
so.
it's a stretch,
I
but
feel like they have welcomed Taylor with such open arms. They even bought her a birthday present. You know, they the amount of fans that Taylor brought with her to football
exactly.
in general, a lot of women are not as afraid to watch football now because they're willing to so I don't know about you, but like watching football, I never knew what was going on. So
Yeah, still
I
don't.
was always scared to ask. I mean, I'm learning more, and last season I did get more interested because obviously Taylor, but my husband's a huge sports fan, just same as yours. And I was just sitting there asking him questions, and he was like teaching me more about the game. It's just the problem is a lot of women it's a hard game to learn.
Yeah.
It is. I know baseball really well. Football,
Hmm.
not at all. So I feel like a lot of times as women, we don't want to be looked down upon, when it comes to sitting there watching football because we don't want to be like, "Oh, I'm just a dumb girl. I don't know
Go
football."
team.
Right? Like, go team. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, did he do a goal or is that
Is that
it?
home run?
Yeah, like but that's not true. But a lot
Yeah.
of men do look at women like that. So it brought a lot of daughters and fathers together. And there's so many dads
Mhm.
that were thanking Taylor. They're like, my daughter has never been interested in football. And now here she is sitting with me every Sunday watching a game. So I feel like they could not do that. But then again, his wife, the owner's wife, did put out a statement that she said that she doesn't see anything wrong with what he said. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it.
I just love the fact that Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback, is like, yeah, I don't talk to that dude even when I have
Yeah.
to. Like, that gave me so much more respect for that man. I was just like, yeah, I understand.
I mean, I guess Butker needs to just butt out of women's lives. See what I did there?
You're very proud of that, aren't you? Oh my
Ugh,
gosh, I've been
my
calling
God,
him
no.
all kinds of names this week. I had to make sure I said his real name. But no, I just think I've enjoyed seeing the men that are also getting mad about this. So
Yeah,
to know
it
that we're
gives
not
me
alone.
hope. Yep,
Yeah. Because I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't want my daughter, if my daughter was graduating college, to hear a speech like that.
exactly. Not at all.
It, it was really very upsetting. But I could talk
Disheartening.
yeah, I could talk about that for days, but I don't I don't want to do that.
Yeah. No, well, unfortunately for those people that were there, they had to hear that, and I feel like they deserve a redo. Like they should be able to go back there and have a good person speak to them and give them an actual motivational graduation speech.
Yeah, no, I agree. And just because it's a religious school doesn't mean that everyone thinks that way, I guess.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm not gonna go off on that.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So there's a new thing that came out today as of us recording. Video of surveillance video of Diddy and Cassie, the singer, in 2016, I believe, of him chasing her down the hallway in a towel. Looks like she's trying to get away from him. I think she was
Mhm.
barefoot, and he's just beating her.
Yeah. It was hard to watch.
Oh, I
He
feel
was just a
sick.
vile human being.
I I feel sick about it. And the
Yeah.
fact that this man is sitting here going, was it me? Kind of like pulling a Shaggy. Like, dude, like, I
Yeah.
see that's you. We all see that's
It's
you.
very clearly him. And when the lawsuit was going on, like before the video even came out, his reps or whatever were like, we settled the lawsuit, but that's in no way an admission of guilt.
Right.
Like, we all know you did it then, and now we definitely know you did it. And
Yes.
I was reading that, like, he had punched her in the face
Mm-mm.
in the hotel room and gave her a black eye. And then once he, like, went to sleep because he was drunk, she tried to escape and leave. And that's when he came running after her. Like, he realized she got out the bed and left. And he came after her. And it was awful. And all those people that, like, didn't believe her, think she
Yeah.
was exaggerating, like, always believe women
Yes.
until they're proven wrong.
Yeah.
Like, give them the benefit of the doubt because how
Yeah.
many times have they been discredited and ended up dead?
Right.
Like, it's disgusting. And I feel horrible for her that she went through that.
Yeah, I do too. That video made me so sick to see. And of course, I had to go straight away and check whose account? 50 cents. I followed him now because I need.
He is always up in everyone's business, somehow involved, and he is hysterical.
Oh my gosh, let me pull it up because what he said had me cracking up. So, oh my gosh, he did 2 videos now?
He was just fighting with Diddy's son about like him
Yes.
beating up his girl and like posted the pictures from the like injuries and whatnot. Yeah.
So he said, "Now I'm sure Puffy didn't do it. He is innocent. This proves nothing." That's what his lawyers are going to say. God help us all. And then, so Diddy did put a statement out that says, "For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently, watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth." So, of course, 50 had to say, "The lie detector test has determined that this is a lie. Dot 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 Maury vibes."
I love him. But like, dude, that's you right on that video, boo. You're right there. That's 1,000% you.
I can't.
Like, come on. I can't even imagine like if like Biggie was still here to see this. Like, can you imagine? Oh,
I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but did he did it? Allegedly.
yeah, allegedly. He's like right up there with Dan Schneider saying, "Oh, I didn't do anything wrong.
Oh,
You're trying to ruin my good name."
speaking of that, I think I told you, right, about Lori Beth.
Lori Beth, yeah.
I loved her, and it comes out that she went to the higher ups back in 2000 because she was worried about Amanda Bynes.
Yeah.
This was all in the Wall Street Journal. I was like, this poor girl was trying to help her friend, and Nickelodeon didn't want to do anything.
No, and she said that like he was like making comments to her and making her watch inappropriate videos,
Yes.
having like sexual conversations on the phone with her, like
Yeah.
awful.
And she said she was older, so she was I think she was 18, 19 when those stuff was happening. So when she saw stuff happening on the set of the Amanda Bynes show, like the Amanda show, when she
Mhm.
went to visit, she said that it just was red flags for her and she tried to
Yeah.
help. And that makes me feel so bad that she tried to do the right thing all those years, 24 years ago. And
Mhm.
I hope one day that Amanda Bynes does come out with her story and knows that the people are willing to listen.
Yeah,
As that she was a great actress, definitely.
she was. And they destroyed her.
Absolutely destroyed her. I feel like just Hollywood in general, especially with children actors,
Mhm.
it's not a place for kids.
No, definitely not. Like it's almost rare that like someone comes out without any issues
Yeah,
from being in that industry as a child.
yeah. I think the only person that I could think of is like Hillary
I was just gonna say Hillary Duff.
Duff.
And
That's
I'm sure there's probably things she hasn't told anyone,
of
but I mean,
course.
she at least came out with like without any noticeable like substance abuse issues or like severe mental health issues or trauma or anything like that. So
Yeah.
hopefully that's true, but
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
crazy.
we're only looking on the outside.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Well, I always have to talk about Taylor, so I have something else about Taylor. Okay, so I think you actually sent me this. The whole
Yeah.
baby was left on the floor during a Taylor's concert in Paris last week.
Yes.
I
God.
thought that was ridiculous. First of all, the baby, it looks like has some ear protection, but still, it looks like they're kind of like on a boppy
Yeah.
or not. I can't tell.
I
I'm
don't, they're
looking at
on
this picture.
something,
They're
like
like,
maybe a blanket or something, but they're still on the floor at a loud concert in a standing area.
right.
Like, it's not even like they're on a seat, which, first of all, why are you bringing a baby to a concert? Like, I mean, I brought my 4-year-old, but she's not a baby. And why are you putting him on the floor? Like, this isn't The Sims. You can't just leave your baby on the floor and walk away.
Oh my
Like,
gosh. No,
it's insane. Anybody could have stomped on her. Like, what if the fire alarm went off and people
right,
started panicking? Like,
right.
she'd be done for, or he, whatever it was, would be
Yeah.
done for.
Well, and it looks like the arena is saying that any child under 18 must remain in legal guardian responsibility. Just pretty much trying to say it's not their fault kind of thing. I'm
Yeah, and I
looking
mean,
more
I
at this
get
picture.
that,
Yeah,
but,
no.
like,
This person, it looks like, okay, so it looks like a coat. She's laying on like the mom's coat or something.
it's disgusting. Like, and not even just the germ factor of your little baby being on an arena floor, but again, the safety. And the fact that everybody was around and like nobody, I mean, I don't know if
I
anybody
was gonna
didn't say
say,
something.
well, we
I
don't
know people
know.
online are like blowing it up and getting pissed, but like I would have went over there and walked right up to that mom and picked that baby up myself. Like that's so dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like so many people were posting about it saying like, "Are you serious right now? This is ridiculous."
Yeah.
I understand wanting to go somewhere, but at the end of the
Hmm.
day, your kid needs to come first.
Exactly. If you couldn't
Sorry.
get a sitter, then you don't go. I don't
Absolutely.
care if it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. You don't put your kid in danger like that. If it was an
No.
older child, absolutely. If it's a baby that can't even like possibly try to defend or help themselves if they're in danger, like it's just vile. Like the selfishness.
Yeah, no, I
I
am
can't imagine as a mother to put my kid through something like that so that I could go to a concert. Like,
no.
ugh.
I just I can't. It makes me so sad.
Has
Especially
Taylor said anything about it? I didn't see if that she made a comment or anything
no,
yet.
she hasn't.
I mean, who knows if she's even seen
I mean,
the articles and whatnot, because I'm sure she wouldn't condone it either, but
no. But at the end of the day, it's like what are you gonna do? Because
don't come to my concert ever again, lady.
uh she's a billionaire. I love her
Yeah.
dearly, but there's no ethical billionaires.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Bring a pack and play next time.
well, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's an age requirement at her concert because I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere that you had to be like 7.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird. I don't think I've ever seen, unless it's at like a bar or like a 21 and over crowd, like I've seen age limits, but I've never seen any like around here at least to any show that I've gone to.
Y- Oh, so it's depends on the country. So they're saying she's in Sweden right now, and their age is 13 and older.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, that
apparently.
baby clearly wasn't 13. But she walked through the door with that baby and no one stopped
Well,
her.
that was France.
Oh, right, true. Say,
I've,
how did nobody be like, ma'am, no babies? No
I,
babies and no backpacks.
I mean, it. I'm blown away by that. It,
Yeah.
it makes me so sick. I feel like a lot of stories lately have been just so sickening
Mm-hmm.
that every day I'm just more and more going, well, what is going on?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Another sickening. So
We're on a roll
I'm
tonight.
on a roll. Uh, I feel like the old Hot 97, tell them why you mad.
Right?
That's a Connecticut joke. So there's a celebrity blocking like movement going on because of the Met Gala. I thought it was gala, but apparently it's gala.
That must be the fancy way to say it. The gala.
The gala. Well, a lot of people were saying that the outfits reminded them of the Hunger Games.
Hmm. I've never watched the Hunger Games, so I can't give my 2 cents on that, but
It did. It did look like the Hunger Games to me. It did remind me of I mean, I watched this in high school, so it's so long ago. But it reminded me of it. Definitely when people said it, they were comparing pictures of people. Some of these outfits were ridiculous. Like Camila Cabello had an ice purse. Okay.
hmm
It was made of real ice. How much do you think that was?
I mean, she's a celebrity, so it had to be something crazy like tens of thousands of dollars.
$22,000, and it was melting on the carpet.
For frozen water,
And it had, I think it
$22,000.
had like gold or something in it, like a special flower and stuff too. But yeah.
So you're saying I could start a new business out of my freezer and just sell people frozen accessories for thousands of dollars?
You know what
Sounds
you
like a
can
plan.
do? This one, I was wondering why there wasn't like a little thing for her to hold on. She was holding a literal piece of ice in her hand. You know that was cold. They should at least for $22,000 like drill a little thing in there,
Put
drill
a
a
handle.
handle.
Yeah, or give you like gloves or something. Like, come on. You know what? She deserves it for that. Like, if you're stupid enough to spend that much money on a piece of ice, like, I mean, it's not even the good ice. It's not even Sonic ice. Like, that ice, I would like give my life for. But
Oh
seriously, when I
God.
was pregnant, I used to buy it by the bag because I had pica or pica, however you pronounce it, the iron deficiency that makes you want to eat stuff that's not food. And I craved ice all the time, and I would go buy it by the bag.
I'm just glad you
But
didn't crave something like, I don't know, sheetrock.
yes, people do that, and I'm thankful I didn't either, but it was ice and it was like so bad. And but I was, my first 2 pregnancies were the summer, so like at least it was refreshing.
Yeah.
With my youngest, like it was November, December, like I was freezing sitting there eating my ice until they started giving me iron transfusion. But anyways, I got off track. But yeah, that's insane. An
Well,
ice cube purse for $20,000. Get out of here.
well, our favorite outfit,
Oh God.
Lizzo.
Lizzo, honey. I am all for Lizzo and body positivity, and me not liking her dress had nothing to do with her body because her comment said, if you don't like my dress, you're fat phobic. No, I don't like your dress because, first of all, why do you have like a freaking dog cone or like a period cup on your head? And second of all, like it's just not a flattering dress on anybody. I don't care if a skinny woman wore it. Like it's an ugly dress. I'm not fat phobic. I'm phobic of that dress. That was one of the ugliest things I've ever seen, Lizzo. If you're listening, which you aren't, but you know what? I like you, Lizzo. I do, but I don't like your dress. I'm sorry.
Honestly, that period cup thing is pretty spot on.
Right? It looks like a freaking period cup. Ugh, it was so ugly.
No.
So ugly. But you know whose dress was not ugly?
Oh, I'm scared. Who?
Nicki Minaj.
Why did I ask?
Not even just because it was Nicki, but it was like this pretty yellow with
I'm
these
Googling it.
butterflies. It was cute. She definitely fit like the garden theme or whatever the hell it was. Like,
Okay, do you know the theme?
wasn't it something to do with gardens or nature?
It was a short story. Um, and it pretty much is about the elite being mobbed by the poor and them picking flowers to stop people from coming. No one read the short
Weird.
story,
Yeah, no, I thought it was like garden themed, so I definitely didn't read it.
so
I
that's
thought she
why people are also
yeah, that seems a little,
boycotting.
yeah.
But not only that, after everything happened with those crazy looks. This influencer who wasn't even on the carpet or even in the Met Gala, but she was, I think, correspondent or something. I think for E or one of them. Haley Bailey on TikTok. She she thought it was okay to wear a dress that looks like Marie Antoinette and use the voiceover "Let them eat cake,"
Yikes.
with the theme being what it was.
Yeah, that's a questionable choice for sure.
So this girl just celebrated before all of that 10 million followers or something like that. Everyone's blocking her.
Oh God.
And they're starting these lists of blocking celebrities because they're not speaking out against things happening in the world. And I mean, I get it. I do. I mean, I used to love the Kardashians. I can't stand them now.
Yeah.
They give me the ick.
Mhm.
Like I loved them. I watched their
I
show
know.
all the
We used
time.
to watch it like we would watch marathons of that
Yeah,
on E.
we it just something about them, it just started to feel icky.
Mhm.
Like everything was a promotion for them.
Yeah. But at the same time too, I feel like they're not the Kardashians, but celebrities, like their job is to entertain. And yes, they should absolutely be responsible with their platform and speak up about things. But at the end of the day, it's also not technically their responsibility to, if
I
that makes sense.
I get
But
that.
they should.
They definitely should, and they should, especially, I mean, they have more power over us average everyday people.
Yeah. But I think people get scared too because, like, if you speak out about something
Yeah.
potentially controversial, like, look at what's happening to poor Miss Rachel. Like,
Oh, I know.
that breaks my heart and makes me want to beat up every single person who said one mean thing.
Yeah.
Because first of all, she didn't even just do a fundraiser for Palestine. She did a fundraiser for Save the Children, which helps multiple countries.
Yeah.
Like, if you go on their website, there were several countries on there that they were helping. And people are coming at her saying, like, well, what about Israel, Miss Rachel? Like, you don't care about children. You're a terrible person. Like,
Yeah.
she used her voice and her platform to raise money for this cause and to help children in general. And people are, like, going at her for it,
Well,
which
and
is
and
disgusting.
not for nothing, she also has been lobbying to get parental leave and
And child
better
care credits and
childcare,
stuff. Yeah.
preschool in the States. So
hmm
no one could say that she's not trying to do stuff here too, or she
Exactly.
doesn't care. She's trying. That woman loves kids. And
hmm
I mean, my 3-year-old started watching her when she became popular, like 6 months old, like
Yeah.
starting the mama, dada, like I
Yeah.
credit her for teaching me what I needed to do for milestones and things. Because I don't know about you, but my pediatrician, they give this paper and it barely has anything on it. And as a first time parent, you're like, what is going on? Obviously now I remember more stuff, but
hmm
when you're a first time parent, everything's new to you and no one's really saying, "Hey, you got to watch for this. Hey, you got to do this."
Yeah. And she's just such a wholesome person in
Yeah.
general. Like, seeing her crying in that video, like, I felt like I got punched in the gut.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like she's part of our family because she's always on in our house. But, like,
Yeah.
I feel like my like sister or something just got like bullied and is crying. Like, it was awful. She had to turn her comments off.
Yeah. Well, between her and the Wiggles in my
What happened
house.
with the Wiggles? Oh, in your house. I was gonna say, what did the Wiggles do?
No.
I was like, is it the bounce your balls song?
Oh my gosh. No, moms are obsessed with the new purple wiggle. I don't know
Did
if
you
I.
see the video he made about that song?
Yes, yes, I did the
It was
TikTok.
hysterical. Yeah.
He knows. So
Oh yeah.
that man has become my husband's arch nemesis. I don't find him attractive. I'm like, first of
I
all,
don't
this
either.
guy, I'm not. I'm 5'7", okay? So
Mhm.
I'm not like short, I'm not tall, whatever. But I could never date a guy my height or be with a guy my height. And so like I don't find him attractive. And my husband all the time, because I was joking around a lot with my sister-in-law about him, the Wiggles guy, because her and I were like going back and forth about it for a while ago. And now, of course, my son's super into the Wiggles. So my husband, every time he's around and he sees the purple Wiggle, he gets so
I
mad.
should be watching that purple wiggle. I see you.
And he's not like jealous or anything like that. He just gets mad at this one guy. And I'm like,
The
I
thirst
promise
trap
you,
wiggle.
if I'm gonna leave you for a celebrity, it's not the man on the Wiggles.
There are people that had a thing for Blippi too, though, and I'm like,
Ew.
oh
My
no.
daughter
Like just the
loves.
voice alone, I could not do.
Okay, but which Blippy?
Original Blippi.
No. I
I
maybe
mean, neither of them
neither
for
of them.
me, but this was when original Blippi came out. Like when he was
Yeah.
posting the things about how he was gonna become a dad. I remember seeing so many moms commenting
Oh
like
no.
these things about him, and I'm just like, this is no, nope,
You know what's
no, no,
funny
no.
is like I don't know how my daughter does not realize that there's two Blippies and two Mikas.
So the Blippies, like with the
They look
glasses and the
similar.
costume, they look similar. Mika does not look like
No,
other Mika.
no,
And
not at all.
my daughter was watching once, and I thought it was one of those, like, you know how some people will make like a knockoff channel? Like
Yeah,
there's
like
one of them, Rachel, like
impersonators.
Miss Emily or something,
Yeah.
where she like dresses the same as her.
Oh, weird.
I thought that this was like a Mika imposter.
Nope.
I didn't realize she was supposed to be Mika. Like, y'all don't even look similar.
Not at all. That's why
Like, and I
I get
feel bad for
confused.
her because people are like, this is fake Mika. We don't like her in our house. And I'm like, this poor girl's just doing her job.
They do that with Blippi too.
But at least Blippi, like, I feel like my kids can't tell. Well, the baby obviously can't. I don't
No.
feel like my daughter can tell the difference really between the Blippies. But
She's
Mika, absolutely.
she's probably raising an eyebrow. I mean, my daughter
But she
does
doesn't
not.
care. She'll still watch it. But I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not Mika.
I know. The first time they announced this new Mika and I'm watching, I'm looking over at my daughter, making sure like there's no reaction, and I'm like, okay.
Why couldn't they just make like another character? Why do they have to like?
I don't. I think they do that to cut the amount of time because they travel a lot.
Yeah,
They're
I
always.
get that.
I mean, recently Blippi was in Paris and Blippi's everywhere.
Yeah.
No, my daughter's obsessed with Blippi right now. That is her thing, Blippi
Yeah. My
and
daughter
Paw
likes
Patrol.
him, but she's never really gotten like super into Blippi. It's more of those like if Blippi's on, she'll watch it,
Yeah,
but like usually she's watching those like I don't know what it is with these kids on YouTube. Like it's all these like little like Ukrainian children and like Russian children and stuff that play with toys and
yeah.
like she watches like Diana and Nastia and like they're all the same thing and I'm like, why are all these like Russian and Ukrainian children making these videos? And then there's this one that she watches that drives me insane and it's the channel's called Toys and Colors, but it's these little girls named like Emma and Janny. I think they're from the Philippines. And the part that drives me nuts is like their uncles are in it and like every single one they all talk like this, like not the accent. I'm not trying to like make fun of their accent, but just the way that they're speaking. It's like, "Hi, Uncle Kay. It's me, Emma. Oh, hi, Emma. Do you want to play with me?" And the whole video, they're talking like that. And I'm like, like, no. That one's not allowed when I'm around because I can't stand it. I'm like, go watch
so,
that by yourself.
so I don't have like she can't watch YouTube unless we're watching it with her because of
Yeah.
crazy shows and stuff on YouTube. That's why I'm like controlling it. I mean, she's 3. I'm not trying to let her watch crazy things. Like,
It's not even on just on YouTube though. Like this is on like the Roku Kids channels and
yeah,
stuff. It's everywhere.
yeah.
It's crazy. But the thing she's been actually into lately is Peacock Kids has this spine-chilling stories, and they're like scary stories for kids, and she loves those.
Why is
Like on
that
the way to
your kid?
school, on the way to school, she makes me like put my phone in the cup holder so she could see it, and then we play like
Oh
the
no.
scary stories, and she's watched all of them like a million times, but she still loves them.
Nothing
She calls it
says,
her she calls it her podcast, even
oh
though
my
it's
gosh.
a video.
Nothing says good morning like scary stories.
Oh, she loves it.
Oh,
Loves it.
I absolutely. See, I wouldn't even be like, "Hey, you want to watch this?" No.
No, it started because like obviously I listen to a
Yes.
lot of like true crime podcasts, and
Oh
then
no.
in the like during October and also in December they do a version. Audio Chuck does a show called Full Body Chills, and it's like fake stories, like short stories that people write that are scary. So like ghost stories and like monster stories and stuff, not actual true crime. I can't talk. True crime cases. So in October they do like just creepy ones, and then December they actually do like holiday themed creepy ones, but they're like pretty creepy. So like she doesn't listen to that, but like my older son will, and she's heard about it. So she was like, I want scary podcasts for me. So I
Mhm.
looked up like scary stories for kids, and that's how we found the Peacock ones, and she loves them. And they're like appropriate for like younger kids where they're not like terrifying, like
Yeah.
nothing is super scary. Which she probably would like it if they were. I mean, she watched the Meg and she thought it was like amazing. So
Oh my
I didn't
gosh.
I didn't put that on for her. She watched it with my little brother apparently, and like was not scared and was fascinated by the shark attacks. But yeah, she doesn't get scared
I
that easily.
feel like you might need to unpack that a little bit.
Yeah, no, I think for sure. Yeah, I
She's
don't know.
fascinated by it. I'm scared for you.
Yeah. Well, when I was little, I was obsessed with like tornadoes. Like I don't know
Interesting.
why. I really wanted to see a tornado. I wanted to be a storm chaser. Like I knew they ruined people's lives, but I was obsessed. I used to watch storm chasers on TV all the time, and I wanted to find a tornado so bad. Obviously, my mom was not going to let me go chase tornadoes at 3 years old, especially because there's not any around here anyway, but
I might-
yeah.
You'd have to come here.
Between that and the Titanic, like those were like my morbid fascinations as a child, I guess. And I've always been into like ghosts, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't I don't think I had any. And then again, I don't remember much of my childhood.
I know, but
Oh my
I
gosh.
feel like you probably didn't though. You were
No.
very much like the girly girl into all
Yes.
that stuff and like princess stuff and Barbie and all that. And I liked that stuff too. But I don't know, maybe it's the October baby in me. Like I've just always had that
Probably.
dark, not dark obsession, but like
Dark.
I've liked things on the dark side.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Well, I think that's where we're gonna end it. Just you like
At
the
least it
dark
was a
side.
lighter topic because we were
Yeah.
so
I'm s-
down in the beginning.
I'm sorry. Like this week
It was
has
crazy.
just been one crazy week. There has been story after story after story, and nothing
Hmm.
fun happened in my life. So besides like my baby walking.
Right. It was just a bad news week.
Yeah, no.
Carried over into the mood.
Yeah. Hopefully next week it'll be a lot lighter. That's what I'm
Yeah. We'll have
hoping.
to build in some good dad jokes or something.
Well, next time, our next podcast, it'll be our first podcast with us in the same room.
I can't
I
wait. I'm
can't wait
so
either.
excited because we haven't seen each other in like a year.
Two.
It's been 2 already?
uh,
Oh my
a
God.
year and a half. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We met in the middle. We'll compromise. It's been a while. It's
Yes.
been a while is the point.
Okay, well, thanks for listening. And don't forget to subscribe and definitely leave us some comments and what you want to contribute to our conversation. And follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Exhausted Moms Podcast. Bye.
Bye.